Hi, Michael Leckie here. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a speaker, an advisor, a consultant, and an author, and I focus on building the human capabilities that help change organizations for good. My own mission in life is to help make the world a better place for us all to work and to live. And what I'd like to do today is talk to you just briefly and hopefully usefully about the situation we find ourselves in with the current COVID-19 crisis and all the time we're spending apart from each other and sheltering in place and working from home. What I want to talk to you is about the time that we have. Most of us weren't working from home. I did some, you might some, or you might have all the time, but most of the people who are working at home now were not working at home. And regardless of what happens in the future, we're going to find ourselves working together, closely together, being closely together, and in offices, I think, much less than we've been used to. For example, I do a lot of public speaking. I'm not sure what that's going to be like. Is most of it or all of it going to be virtual? Or will crowds be more dispersed until we have a vaccine? Even after that, what will it look like? So there's a lot of unknowns out there. So instead of worrying about that today, what I've started focusing on is what can I do with today? When I was a kid, I loved The Lord of the Rings. It was the first book I really got deeply into and was obsessed over it as a kid. And what I loved about the movies, even though they were different, was that they kept one part of the book very true. And forgive me for taking my eye contact away from you. I want to look at my screen here and read it to you. This is an exchange between Frodo and Gandalf, the main protagonist and the wizard, if you are one of the three people that doesn't actually know the story. "I wish it need not have happened in my time," said Frodo. "So do I," said Gandalf. "And so do all who live to see such times. But that is not for them to decide. All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given us." Now, I actually know where this came from when Tolkien was writing it. He was reflecting on his own very horrid and tragic experiences in World War I, a time that he definitely did not want to have to be living through or seeing his friends dying through. Now, this is not World War I. It's not the same type of tragedy, but it certainly is a tragedy. It certainly is a lot of, just negativity, death, fear, isolation, all sorts of things going on. But we have this time. So I want to tell you what I've done with the time, actually. One of the things I've done all my life is struggled with fitness and weight. And when my gym closed and I couldn't go work out there anymore, and I found myself at home, I thought, I've got a couple of choices here. Either I can get going on my own or I can become a veal. And so I decided not to do that. And what's interesting is I have taken that time that I would have used to get ready to go to an office or a client site or commute somewhere in the morning, and I've turned that into time that I'm going to work out. In fact, it takes less time than oftentimes the preparation and the commute did. As a result, over the time that I've been working out of my house, I've lost about 10 pounds, but even more importantly, dropped about 7% of my body fat from 30% to 23%, which is well on the way to where I want to be. I think that all of us have something that we can find to do during this time. And so I'm not telling you that it needs to be fitness. That's just what I've chosen because it matters to me and because I was worried about where I was going to go, staying home all the time. But all of us can find something to do with this time. I was listening to a friend recently who was talking to someone in a different country who says they've learned to cook and cook better and differently using the ingredients that were easily on hand and available in their home. Some people have used it to reconnect with families and to spend more time talking to people, over a video conference that they didn't call as much during the week, but now they're calling a lot more and checking on. There has to be something that we can do or that we can learn with the time that's been given us. So my question to you is, what are you going to do with the time that's been given to you? Thanks. I'd love it if you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You should see the link right there. You can go ahead and join us. And if you ever have any need of the kind of services I provide around organizational change and transformation and culture, then you can go to my website at silverbackpartners.net or just email me at michael@silverbackpartners.net. Thanks for listening. Take care and have a great day.